Welcome to Lifestyle Med with Dr. Jade. Health, it's a lifestyle.
Hey family, and welcome back to our vlogs. I'm so excited to have you back. I know it's been a minute, but I've been working some crazy hospital hours lately, so I haven't been doing the business as heavily, but I'm excited to update you on what I have had going on. If you're new to our vlogs, welcome. I am sharing my 12-month journey on this channel to opening my direct primary care concierge style medical practice. It is a membership-based practice. It will be called NSPIRE Primary Care, coming to Las Vegas, my hometown, January 1st. 2022, and I am so excited to share the journey with you. And I told you along the way I would just share where I am, how we're building this, where we are in the stages of building this. And so if you haven't seen our other vlogs, check those out. This vlog will be building off of those. You know, I like to start these off with a pain point that I've noticed for my patients in the traditional system. A pain point that I have seen quite a bit from my patients lately that I am excited that NSPIRE Primary Care will be a remedy for is medications and getting medications. Oftentimes, you know, you'll see your doctor and we will order medications or we will recommend certain medications, and you know, it goes through the insurance company at that point. And sometimes the insurance company, or oftentimes the insurance companies, can say no and deny the medications that your physician recommends. And that leads to your doctor having to do something called a prior authorization, which is this whole delayed process of paperwork and justifying why a patient needs a medication. And it's a drawn out process for the patient and the physician that I'm excited for the most part I will not have to have my patients deal with this aspect when they are members of NSPIRE Primary Care. And that is because we will be able to dispense commonly prescribed medications in family medicine offices directly out of our office. And so we will have our own little pharmacy and medical dispensing right in the office, which will be a huge benefit and value proposition for our members, because as I suggest certain medications that I think my patients need, they will already be able to pay the wholesale price, significantly discounted rate, right directly in the office, and they can leave our office and our practice with their medications in hand, which is awesome. They won't have to call a separate pharmacy, and most of the times it is going to save our patients significantly, almost 90%. Most of the time we will be able to save our patients by contracting with wholesale medication companies and buying medications in bulk wholesale so that we pass that cost savings off to our members. So that is, you know, the pain point of the week. I've really been noticing with patients, you know, just calling in for refills and things getting denied, and then we're waiting, and meanwhile my patients are, you know, still dealing with what they're dealing with and waiting for the medications that I have recommended, you know. And so excited to have in-office dispensing for commonly prescribed medications at discounted, significantly discounted wholesale rates. And so I look forward to my future NSPIRE Primary Care members and family. I cannot wait to provide that service to you. So stay tuned. I will let you guys know, you know, when our website is developed and when the pre-registration opens. And again, our practice will cap out and only take 600 patients, so it'll be important for you to join as soon as you see that pre-registration open, so that you will not have to be on a waiting list to join and become a member. We have been doing a lot of non-sexy work, you would call it, when it comes to starting a small business. You know, everybody gets excited about the logos and the website and all these other things that I get really excited about. You know, my creative mind just goes nuts, goes haywire. However, the finance and the spreadsheets and the expense reports, those are the things we've really been working on now. Actually, my husband is about to help me get baby girl down for her bedtime so that we can pound it a couple of hours through spreadsheets. My husband is really a numbers guy. I am really like the creative mind that, you know, creates things, and he's really, his background is in grant writing and finance and project management and computer science. So all the things that I do not have a background in, which is a great balance. because I'll think of all these awesome things and he'll be like, well, let's put the numbers together. So it's a good balance there. So he's going to get out his spreadsheets and we're going to, really price some things out, some startup costs out, and have a better idea of the startup finance before we start purchasing things, because I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to start purchasing things for the practice. And my husband, Carlos, is like, well, wait, we have to get the numbers right and get the spreadsheet together so that we know which expenses are going out and that we stay within the budget. So he really helps us to stay on budget. The other thing I wanted to talk about that has been going on over the last few weeks, I have really been building my finance knowledge. I've been in medical school all these years and residency and all this medical training, but they don't teach us finance and the business of medicine and just business in general on this journey without a separate finance degree. So I've kind of been like a finance minor on my own here at night. And I've been learning a lot by reading books. But what I learned, or what I noticed, was I kept buying books and reading part of them and trying to skim them, just because I don't have a lot of time to sit and read books. I think I'm maybe a slower reader speed-wise, because I really like to process what I'm reading. So it takes me a while to get through books. But what I realized, and I wanted to share this for anybody else who has that, who notices that they buy books and don't finish them, there are audiobooks, and I know some people already are very familiar with audiobooks. I am new to audiobooks, but even better, I found out on YouTube, most of the popular, well-known books have free audio versions on YouTube. And so what I've really gotten into, I have a whole audiobook playlist on my YouTube channel that's private, so only I can see it. And if people suggest different business and finance books, I save that audiobook on my YouTube playlist, because most of them are on there for free, the full audiobook, which is incredible. It's been mind-blowing and game-changing for me. So over the last few weeks, I have read or listened to several books, maybe 8 or 9 books. And I wanted to give you my top 5 books that I've read lately. We'll call this Books for Bosses, that I have really found to be super helpful. I may mention a couple more than 5, but I want to mention these books, especially if you are thinking about starting a business, if you're a small business owner, if you want to get more business savvy or finance savvy, but you really want to know where should I start, and you're not like a finance numbers person, which is kind of the category I fall into, then let me tell you about these 5 books. Okay, I'm getting nothing for recommending these books. These are just the 5 books that I really found super helpful and transformational. Some of them I actually have a hard copy of, and the others I actually listened to on audiobook, so I don't have them here, but I'll post a picture or put a link down below. Okay, the number 5 book for bosses I want to mention to you guys is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, classic book. Most people know this book very well. It's by Robert Kiyosaki. It is highly recommended, okay? This is the principles of the wealthy. And, my mission in Inspire Primary Care isn't directly about wealth, but it is about the fact that most businesses, small businesses fail. Over 90% fell in the first 5 years. And then a large percentage fell in the next 5 years after that, of those 10% that survive. So I'm really trying to learn, what makes a business successful and what allows a small business to succeed and grow into a big business, and to be to the point where I don't always, generations later, have to be the one doctor, but it can then transition into a system that becomes bigger than just me. So that is a goal. So I highly recommend Rich Dad, Poor Dad to anybody. And a lot of you may have already read that book. Highly recommend it. Now, I listened to the audiobook of this. Actually, this is free audiobook on YouTube, you guys. I bought the hard copy, but like I said, I've been in my car, I've been at the hospital, I've been between patients in clinic, and I just have my earbuds in and I listen to the book, especially in my car. But the other book so I didn't actually read the hard copy. It will just sit on my shelf now. But oh wow, it has some nice charts in here that I didn't even realize. So I will always have this as something to go back and skim through and highlight and things like that. However, I listened to this. The other thing, the next book, number 4 book, is also by Robert Kiyosaki, but I listened to it. And so it is The Cash Flow Quadrant. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Excellent book, and some transformational principles in there, which has really led my husband and I to really focus more on investing and learning about investments, and really not putting all of our eggs in one basket, right? Multiple streams of income, which is important when you're talking about being a business owner. Okay, so number 3 book that I recommend, this is the summary version, but I did listen to the full book. So this is Never Split the Difference. Negotiating as if your life depended on it. And like I said, with NSPIRE Primary Care, we are going to be negotiating contracts for wholesale medications to save my patients money on medication, my members money on medication. I'm going to be contracting with local labs to get discounted prices, wholesale prices, or even less expensive than wholesale prices on labs and imaging and pathology. And I'm going to be contracting with different specialists to get a discounted rate for members of my practice for specialty care. So all of that requires the art of negotiation and knowing how to be a good negotiator when it comes to business. So this book is really awesome for that. Never Split the Difference, okay? And then number 2, now this one I also listened to on audiobook, so I don't have the hard copy here, but this is a highly recommended book. I mean, all of these are highly recommended, right? But it is called The Millionaire Next Door. Amazing. Love that book. And it really helped me to learn to be not necessarily cheap, but frugal and strategic with how I spend money. Yeah, it's a transformational book. Highly recommend The Millionaire Next Door. Okay. And then another book, I actually read the hard copy of this other book, but I can't seem to find it around here. So I'll link it below. But it is called Start With Why. And it's not directly about finance, but it's more about purpose and principle, and really about it not being about what you do, but why you do it. And it is a phenomenal book to get your mindset right for your business. And with NSPIRE Primary Care, our goal is to transform the health of our members and of our patients, and for their health to be inspired, and for them to have improved next level health and transformational health. That is what NSPIRE Primary Care is about. And Start With Why really helped me to get clear about my why and why I'm going this route and starting my own practice instead of contracting and getting hired and starting an employed physician position. So then a couple other books I've read. I'm not all the way through this one yet. This one is The Lean Startup. It was highly recommended by several people by Eric Ries. I am enjoying this book. I don't know why. I feel like I'm having a hard time getting through it. And I have been listening to this one on YouTube free as an audiobook too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting through this one. But it has been excellent as well. But it's not on my top 5 list, okay? But I am going to finish that one. Now, my other 2 books are, if you are someone watching this who is specifically interested in starting a direct primary care membership-based medical practice, then these next 2 books are for you. So, highly recommended. This is like the OG of direct primary care books. If you want to learn how to start this type of practice, these next 2 books are recommended. So this is The Official Guide to Starting Your Own Direct Primary Care Practice by Douglas Barago. Hope I pronounced his name right. But yes, very good. Essential guide to starting this type of practice. And the other one is like the new kid on the block. This is Startup DPC, How to Start and Grow Your Direct Primary Care Practice by Dr. Paul Thomas. It recently came out and it is awesome. So shout out to you, Dr. Thomas. I really enjoyed this book. It is an amazing guide on how to start a direct primary care practice. So that's where I've really been at, you guys. So I am going to now head to put baby to sleep because we will be working on business plan, spreadsheets, expense reports. What's the other word? and budgeting tonight. So things that, are not sexy and exciting, but essential. So that's what we'll be working on. Other business updates, things have been going great with the children's books. So you can call me Queen. We now have a bilingual Spanish and English version available on Amazon. I will link it below. So now we have the regular book, the coloring book, and now the bilingual book. So that's super exciting. I had so many requests to get a bilingual Spanish version, and it took me a while to find some translators, but it is available now on Amazon. So exciting. And then You Can Call Me King is almost done, you guys. So I will let you know when pre-sales and sales open for that. So I think that's all my updates, guys. Things are going really well. 7-month countdown to residency ending. My residency for me ends in September, and that is just so exciting. So I will keep you updated on what we have going on next, and let me know if you have any questions about the journey. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me, and I will keep you updated. Bye.
Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless.